Black Friday 2025 is upon us, but what if you've forgotten? I'm hearing this everywhere from so many business owners. You know it's coming. It's one of the best retail events of the year. If you're an e-com affiliate, there's a huge amount of liquidity in the market. This is where you're going to make most of your revenue for the year. But unfortunately, it's compressed into the space of about a week. And if you've left it too late, then your options are very limited. If you've hesitated, you've been busy with other things, there could be hundreds of thousands of revenue at stake as an opportunity cost because you weren't positioned in time effectively. However, all is not lost. And if you have already been making some work towards Black Friday, how can you further compound your SEO results over literally the next few days to maximize that financial return and lock in those gains for the end of 2025? Well, if you've seen any of my recent videos, then at the moment I am obsessed with this new process for overnight ranking boosts. And we've got a solid process that works about 80% of the time. And even in the times it doesn't work, we keep on trying until it works, otherwise we refund you in full. So Black Friday is a perfect opportunity for this because even if we can just get a temporary ranking boost for the next few days, that's going to deliver massive returns for us. So as a little case study, I've noticed that SEOJesus.com is actually ranking pretty well for Casino SEO. Obviously, this is a very hot niche for SEO, a very valuable keyword for me to go after. I have been targeting this in other. If I just open a fresh tab and search Casino SEO, then you should see I've got actually 2 videos in the video pack on page 1 of Google through some experimentation I was doing a few weeks ago. So I've got 5 top Casino SEO techniques to rank 1 for 2020, and I've got how I ranked 2 for Casino SEO in 18 hours. This is the case study where I was reporting on how I got this video onto page 1. So 2 slots on page 1 of Google, each one took less than 24 hours. And that's the same thing we're going to try and achieve today to show you how you can rank 1 within the next 24 to 48 hours ahead of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So I've identified that in this case, I'm at position 22 for Casino SEO, which gets 1,000 searches a month. So that's a very good opportunity for this process. For this process, you do already need to be ranking because it's basically a CTR process. It's all about traffic and engagement to make it look like your content is going viral, so you can unlock a temporary rankings boost in Google's algorithm. So if you do that for a keyword where you're completely buried, then it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I've got a page on Harrow backlinks that ranks position 50 for Harrow backlinks. It's quite likely there's going to be some boost there, but generally it doesn't make sense for that page to be going viral. But in this case, this is clearly a page that Google likes. The on page is there, the off page is there. So overall, it's all pretty well optimized. We're on page 3. Can we just nudge it onto page 1? So let's have a go. But first things first, I need to set up some effective tracking because much as I like Ahrefs, most of these keywords don't get crawled that regularly. No keyword tool has got the capacity to be crawling every keyword out there and checking those positions on a really regular basis. So for this process, we use keyword.com because it basically does a custom scrape for that keyword. And when you hit refresh, it goes and does another scrape for that keyword. So you get exact real-time ranking reporting. Now, this process only affects the actual URL. It doesn't affect the whole website. It also doesn't just affect individual keywords. It affects the URL. So every keyword that URL ranks for should experience a boost. So if we go here, you can see not only am I 22 for Casino SEO, but if we click here, we should see all the other keywords that page ranks for. And there we go, lots of other relevant stuff. So SEO services for gambling, position 15, SEO for casino, SEO for gambling sites. So those are all good keywords to be going after. So I might just take this secondary keyword just to give us a bit more detail. So we'll take a keyword to track for KPI purposes, because like I say, we want to drive a positive ranking increase. And if we don't, then we'll do it again for free. But the reality is everything should experience a boost. So we're focusing on the exact URL. We've got a couple of keywords on there. We're going to be looking at the US and both devices, mobile and desktop. So we'll now create that campaign, and this should also give us a real-time ranking update of where we currently rank, just in case that Ahrefs report is a little bit old, and we always want to be comparing like with like anyway. So meanwhile, we're going to go and do the boost, and there we go. See, SEO services gambling, current rank is position 17. Ahrefs reckons it's 15, so that's pretty accurate, we're pretty close. Every time you do a search, there's always a little bit of volatility, so no tools are going to get it exactly right. Again, we're just comparing trend, like with like, before and after. In this case, for Casino SEO, it's 18, and that's actually a bit better than Ahrefs is thinking, but that hasn't been updated in 6 days. It's this column you really need to watch for. That's the difficult part, the fact that Casino SEO services, that ranking update, position 20, updated 13 hours ago, but Casino and Gambling SEO in Russia, that didn't update within the last 12 days. But there is a priority order there. This is a 0 volume keyword, whereas higher volume keywords do tend to get refreshed more regularly. Now, in terms of how we actually do the boost, I was at Chiang Mai SEO the other week, And I went to the Marriott Hotel and I hired a seminar room private to do a small workshop on this process. But word got out and we ended up with around 150 people in the room, literally with queues out the door. So I was very shocked and flattered that we got so much enthusiasm and attention, and we had a lot of great feedback. And thankfully the whole thing was recorded, and I'm now releasing that recording for free. So you don't have to go to Thailand, you don't have to stay at the hotel. I've saved you all those thousands of dollars. You can just get straight to the information for free. And in that talk, I made an exclusive offer to everyone who was attending, and by watching the replay, you can get that offer. It is a giveaway worth $297 for each individual person who claims it, so $300 of value, and it is absolutely free. I'm saying this quietly, but this is my big Black Friday offer this year. Everyone else is just giving you 20% off a service. We are giving you the service for free. All you have to do is book a strategy call with my team and turn up. But please first click the link below and watch the recording in full to get a complete understanding of the process, because that makes it so much easier for us in terms of expectations and the kind of value you can expect to receive. But if you get to the end of that presentation, it's only a 20-minute video, that's $300 of value absolutely free. So it's now 1 p.m. in the UK on Wednesday the 26th of November. I'm now going to do the blast, and over the next few hours I'm going to check in, check those ranking reports, update the rankings in keyword.com, and we'll see how much we can push Casino SEO and see if we can get onto page 1. It's now 3 p.m, so around 2 hours since the blast, and we are starting to see some movement. So SEO services gambling on desktop started at 17, now at 10. We've got some minor movement on mobile, which doesn't really count. Casino SEO on mobile seems to have moved quite nicely, up to 14. Casino SEO on desktop, it looks like keyword.com has got confused because we definitely didn't start at 13, but it seems to have now picked it up at 13. So let's just verify this manually. I'm going to go to Google USA, and we want to search SEO services gambling, because supposedly we should be at position 10, which should be just the bottom of page 1, and there we are. In fact, according to this, we're at position 8. And then right below that is a video pack, where I've also got my YouTube video. Now let's just try and modify this. Let's see if we can find anything for Casino SEO. So nice video pack at the top with 2 of my videos, and supposedly we should be around 13, so around middle of page 2. So now on to page 2, and not looking like it yet. But it's only been 2 hours, that's pretty early for ClickBomb to actually work, so I'll now go to the pub and see how things are when I get back. Now I did not make it to the pub. However, it's now just turned 4 o'clock, so I've given it another hour. And I've just made a refresh, and supposedly on mobile, we've now moved from position 18 to position 7 for Casino SEO in the US. And if keyword.com is to be believed, we haven't really moved on desktop. So I'm going to get my phone, let's have a look. I'm going to search for Google USA, open Google USA, and now I'm searching Casino SEO. So I'm going to turn around here, let's have a look. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like around position 13. Okay, it's early days, but I've given it 24 hours, and we have in fact rerun the campaign as well. Remember, if you do get a click bomb, we price based on the outcome, not on the actual widget, the delivery. So if you don't get a good ranking improvement from 1, we'll keep repeating until you do. So in this case, updated 6 hours ago. If we scroll across and look at the positions here. Again, a lot of volatility there, but SEO services gambling has actually gone down by 3 positions, only gets 40 searches a month. But for Casino SEO, we seem to be right at the top of page 2, position 13. So that's not the page 1 we were hoping for, but still a really big ranking improvement versus the position 20 something we were ranking at before. So not the best result we were hoping for, but I'm going to keep going. We'll keep going. Let's see if we can hit page 1.